This video will be about doing the Gates of Dragonfall Incursion in Nightmare 4. This is probably the most popular map to farm for gear on right now in Nightmare 4 because it drops 665 to 700 IPAR gear, which is the top end. It's a pretty easy map. It's only a 900 IPAR base versus things like Throne Room or Little Horn, which are 1000 IPAR base, but they still just drop the same loot. It's a pretty simple build. For this, it's not soloable very easily. I recommend that you have someone with 4 builders and at least one Huntress DPS, and I'll go into that in a little bit as to why you need that Huntress DPS. So to start with this, to kind of explain this map, you'll always start with 2 magic and 1 physical resist lanes. On wave 5, your lanes will change so that you have 2 physical and 1 magical. For this reason, you want to focus on upgrading your walls and maybe your traps once, but not too much more than that, because you will need the extra mana at the end for upgrading and rebuilding as well as repairing. In addition, the reason you have the Huntress DPS is because this build does not use any anti-air towers from the Monk. It's only on wave 4 that 13 or 14 air enemies spawn. So it's pretty easy to clear yourself as long as you have someone on a dedicated DPS Huntress or maybe a DPS Apprentice. Usually when I'm just doing this with 2 people, I will hop onto my builder Huntress and help DPS all of the birds down as well. So to get started, we'll go grab the mana. The first wall here on the left goes kind of in line with this dirge spot on the right. The wall in the middle goes in line with these flowers on the left. And the final wall on the right side goes right here where this right pillar intersects with that little rock on the ground. From there I'll switch to my Apprentice. There'll be 4 Apprentice towers on each side of this crystal, and they will intersect on the right side with middle and right, and on the left side with left and middle, so they kind of cover both. Then again, same kind of deal on the left side of this crystal. So with Frosty range towers, you'll be able to reach pretty much everything. Now I'll switch to my Huntress for traps, starting with the Elemental Chaos in the physical lane. I put 2 up close to the wall, and then 4 more that kind of get spread out, with the final one being about here to catch the book, or mages that will spawn there and kind of just hang out. Now to the explosive traps for the magic resist lanes, once again, 2 kind of close to the wall, 4 more spread out. And this final one about on this blue splotch right here so that you get the mages. So all these lanes are pretty much the same. It's just 6 traps and the same kind of pattern, where at this one it's about even with this bush so that you get the mages that spawn there. You can always deal with the mages yourself, but I prefer to have some traps farther out. Now finally for the monk, you put 1 boost on this left side so that it intersects with both these towers, or sorry, walls. I missed this time. With this wall and as many traps as you can possibly get. I currently don't have the helmet that increases the radius size, so you get more forgiving where you can place that when you have that helmet. Once again over here to get this wall. I will put generally 1 Serenity Aura here, but if you don't place a Serenity Aura, which you're free to do, I just like to do that for when I'm playing Squire. I'll also place it right here so that it reaches farther back and heals and gives protection to the people repairing these walls. But if you don't, this gives you 30 extra mana. You can add a trap to a lane if you'd like, if you're having issues in a particular lane. I like to do it in the physical resist lane if I am, just because that lane you don't generally have as much DPS. Or you can add another Frosty tower anywhere just to kind of help with things. And finally, when you're getting ready to actually do this, you will upgrade each wall once so that they're back to full health, and then you look and see which lane is the most difficult. In this case, middle lane is the most difficult, so I'll upgrade that once more. This leaves you with 160 mana that I generally split between the players that are in there for repairs on wave 1. And that about covers the general build. If you're doing this and you're doing it solo, It's harder. It's much harder because you have to repair a lot. This is a repair-heavy map, and when you're doing it solo, you're running all over the place. But Wave 4 is particularly difficult because of the air, and you're not going to have a DPS that's going to be able to kill them very well. And with this build, you don't have any help. So when this happens, I will sell the Serenity and one of the Frosty Towers. It's up to you which one you sell. I generally sell whichever one isn't in the physical lane. So sometimes if there's a physical lane on the left, I'll sell one on the right. If there's a physical lane on the right, I'll sell one on the left. And then you place an AA tower somewhere up here. Sometimes birds will spawn on the right from this path right here, and sometimes they'll spawn on the left from that path right there. So you can sometimes put it in AA here. The only issue is things from below have a tendency to hit it. So either if it spawns on the left, I like to put it somewhere around here, or if it spawns on the right, somewhere around here. But it's up to you. I would really recommend doing this build with 2 people so that you're not kind of rushed to repair everything just yourself, and you have a pretty good game plan for the birds. And if you are doing this solo, when you put these AA down, I would recommend being on your Builder Huntress and helping assist with the DPS. So hopefully that helps everyone. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them, and I will get back to you.